Well, that's new. Hello internet, around here I go by Cat of Diamonds, and welcome to my Fannish Reviews. As you can probably tell by the title, I have a book haul for you, but you might be confused as to why the title is the title. I recently moved from Nashville back to Colorado to live with my parents over the holidays before I find a new job, and I have a video on my personal channel explaining the craziness surrounding the situation, but in order to move across the country I had to sell off so much stuff. I got rid of so many DVDs and so many books, so now all of my books fit into this 2-shelf area. But that might not be true by the end of this video. When I had to sell off so many books and DVDs, I told myself that I would be able to spend $100 on new books when I moved to Colorado so that I could, like, be less sad. My last haul video was thriftbooks.com. I did use that again, as you'll see, but some of the books in that video I no longer own, and some of the books I bought again. And for $100, I bought a lot of books, so let's just get into it. After my garage sale, I had so many coins left over, so I went to those coin star machines and I chose Amazon.com as a gift card instead of just getting like a receipt and getting cash from the coins. I ended up having $22 and some change to spend on Amazon. So I bought Grace's Guide, The Art of Pretending to be a Grown-Up by Grace Hildbig, and My Drunk Kitchen, A Guide to Eating, Drinking, and Going with Your Gut by Hannah Hart with a foreword by John Green. I had been wanting these books since they'd both been talking about it, but again, with all the crazy, I didn't want to buy them, but now I live here and they are shipped to me. However, this did not equal the free shipping, so I also ordered The Clockwork Scarab by Colleen Glee. It's the start of a series about Mina Holmes and Evelyn Stoker. And if you recognize those last names, you are correct, but it's also steampunk. Moving on to the bookdepository.com, which I believe was bought out by Amazon, but does free shipping all across the world, no matter how many books you buy. So I ended up getting books that were not available in any American stores that I could see and were recommended by English booktubers. Well, one was Sana, and she's from the Netherlands, but that's neither here nor there. So the first two are Vivian versus the Apocalypse, and then the second book, Vivian versus America, which is about a girl and the world post the rapture. And I have just heard amazing things about this, but they were both not available in any American stores as far as I could tell. I didn't look too hard, I knew that they'd be on Book Depository, so I bought them, and I'm very excited to read them. It's really hard to see how glorious the cover of In the Light of What We Know is, and it's supposed to be a very, very English book. But if you take off the dust jacket, it has the same pattern as you could see through the typography, which I just thought was so beautiful, and it's outside the wheelhouse of YA, so I figured I'd get it. Another book that is outside the wheelhouse of YA, and it's actually set in Russia, 1986, the year I was born, is this, and it's All That Is Solid Melts into Air. And again, the cover is amazing. The dust jacket is actually this kind of clear material, and that is what it looks like underneath. So you see the hardcover through this, and it's gorgeous. So I don't know how I will feel about this book. It sounds really interesting because it's surrounding the Chernobyl power plant, which is also yes. Which brings us to my second order from thriftbooks.com. And I don't even know which books are in which bags because I got them from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different warehouses that thriftbooks.com has, and so we'll see what's in each bag. Dr. Tatiana's Sex Advice to All Creation by Olivia Judson, which, yes, I have heard that I should read this because I am a fan of Sexplanation. The other book was One Good Deed, 365 Days of Trying to Be Just a Little Bit Better by Erin Mayhew, and I believe my friend Ashley had this on her Instagram, and I'm looking forward to reading it, and it is one for every day. But it starts July 29th, and so I haven't really decided if I'm going to read it like one day every day of the next year, or if I'm just going to read through it. It just kind of depends. This was an oops purchase. I ended up selling all of my Jackson Pierce fairy tale retellings, and I wanted to start replacing them, and unfortunately I wasn't paying close enough attention and got a library copy, and so I probably will try to find a new home for this. It happens. And here we have one of the Sookie Stackhouse books that I had just replaced, as well as Sex, Origins, and Intimate Things, The Rites and Rituals of Straight, Skays, Bis, Drags, Trans, Virgins, and Others by Charles Panatti. I feel that this was recommended on the Sexplanations channel, and it's a science-y based book. I believe the other one is fiction, whereas this is non-fiction. But we'll find out. We'll find out. In this package, we've got another Sookie Stackhouse and another Sookie Stackhouse, and How to Safely Live in a Science Fictional Universe, a novel by Charles Yu. Just a little, tiny little comedy book about nerdy things, which I like. And the last thriftbooks.com purchase is the Sookie Stackhouse 4th book. So I've successfully replaced Dead Until Dark, Club Dead, Living Dead, and Dallas, as well as Dead to the World, the 4 favorites. Oh, those were all the books that I purchased via the internet. The total came to about $110, and that was going to be all the books I got. But then I noticed on the internet that Ali Condi was, Ali Condi was coming to the local libraries to give a speech, and so I went to see her, and I ended up buying Atlantia, which I'm very, very excited to read. And of course, I stood in line for 2 hours while the whole line went through and got it signed, which I don't know if you could actually see because it's so bright and the color is green, but she was so nice, and I got a picture with her, and everything was lovely. So basically I bought more books that can really fit in the thumbnail of this video, and I need to put them away on my shelf. So maybe I'll show you when they're all said and done. I might have to double up, I might have to stack next to them, might have to add a stack of books somewhere that are my to-read books, but we'll see. So I don't really know what my next video is going to be, but I hope you have stuck around and subscribed and are enjoying the videos that I'm making. And if you have any suggestions that you want to see, you can put it in the comments. If you've read any of these books, you can go to the comments and tell me about them, whether it was a waste of my money or if you're really excited for me to read it and you want me to review it, as well as in the flap doobly-doo, you know, down there in the Chamber of Secrets. I will link all of the books that I mentioned in this video. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching and happy reading.